So as Leah told you, before I was elected vice president, before I was elected United States Senator, I was elected Attorney General of the state of California, and I was a courtroom prosecutor before then. And in those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds. Predators who abused women, fraudsters who ripped off consumers, cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. And in this campaign, I promise you, I will proudly put my record against his any day of the week. As Attorney General of California, I took on one of our country's largest for-profit colleges that was scamming students. Donald Trump ran a for-profit college that scammed students. As a prosecutor, I specialized in cases involving sexual abuse. Well, Trump was found liable for committing sexual abuse. As Attorney General of California, I took on the big Wall Street banks and held them accountable for fraud. Donald Trump was just found guilty of fraud on 34 counts. But let's also make no mistake, this campaign is not just about us versus Donald Trump. This campaign is about who we fight for. This is about who we fight for. Just look at how we are running our campaigns. So Donald Trump is relying on support from billionaires and big corporations. And he is trading access in exchange for campaign contributions. A couple months ago, you all saw that a couple months ago at Mar-a-Lago, he literally promised big oil companies, big oil lobbyists, he would do their bidding for $1 billion in campaign donations. On the other hand, we are running a people-powered campaign. And we just had some breaking news. We just had the best 24 hours of grassroots fundraising in presidential campaign history. All right? And because we are a people-powered campaign, that is how you know we will be a people-first presidency. And Wisconsin, this campaign is also about two different visions for our nation. One, where we are focused on the future. The other, focused on the past. We believe in a future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. A future where no child has to grow up in poverty. Where every worker has the freedom to join a union. Where every person has affordable care, affordable child care, and paid family leave. We believe in a future where every senior can retire with dignity. So all of this is to say, building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency. Because here's the thing we all here, Wisconsin, know. When our middle class is strong, America is strong. But Donald Trump wants to take our country backward. He and his extreme Project 2025 agenda will weaken the middle class. Like, we know we got to take this seriously. Can you believe they put that thing in writing? Read it. It's 900 pages. But here's the thing. When you read it, you will see Donald Trump intends to cut Social Security and Medicare. He intends to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and make working families foot the bill. They intend to end the Affordable Care Act and take us back then to a time when insurance companies had the power to deny people with pre-existing conditions. Remember what that was like? Children with asthma, women who survived breast cancer, grandparents with diabetes. America has tried these failed economic policies before, but we are not going back. We are not going back. Not going back. We're not going back. We are not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. And I'll tell you why we're not going back. Because ours is a fight for the future. And it is a fight for freedom. Generations of generations, and we have to remember this, the shoulders on which we stand, generations of Americans before us led the fight for freedom. And now, Wisconsin, the baton is in our hands. We who believe in the sacred freedom to vote will make sure every American has the ability to cast their ballot and have it counted. We who believe that every person in our nation who should have the freedom to live safe from the terror of gun violence will finally pass red flag laws, universal background checks, and an assault weapons ban. And we who believe in reproductive freedom will stop Donald Trump's extreme abortion bans because we trust women to make decisions about their own body and not have their government tell them what to do. And when Congress passes a law to restore reproductive freedoms, as President of the United States, I will sign it into law. So, Wisconsin, ultimately in this election, we each face a question. What kind of country do we want to live in? A country And to your point, do we want to live in a country of freedom, compassion, and rule of law, or a country of chaos, fear, and hate? And here's the beauty of this moment. We each have the power to answer that question. The power is with the people. We each have the power to answer that question. And in the next 105 days, then we have work to do. We have doors to knock on, we have phone calls to make, we have voters to register, and we have an election to win. So, Wisconsin, today I ask you, are you ready to get to work? Do we believe in freedom? Do we believe in opportunity? Do we believe in the promise of America? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
Kamala Harris giving her first campaign rally speech there, a historic moment in American history, also serving up an ass whooping for Donald Trump. Kamala Harris using the prosecutor versus the felon line there, reminding people that she was the attorney general, reminding people that she is the defender of the American people, while Donald Trump is a crook, a criminal, a rapist, a fraud. Now, she has used this before in her first speech to her campaign volunteers at her headquarters yesterday, but you can really tell that she's getting into it and getting better at it, and the crowd is responding. You can hear the enthusiasm from those who attended that campaign speech, that campaign rally. Now, she also brought up reproductive rights, brought up Project 2025, and reminded us that it is we the people who get to decide the future of America. Now, one thing that Republicans are trying to do right now is gaslight the country into thinking that Kamala got the nomination because of backroom deals and a few big-time Democratic donors who essentially forced Joe Biden out and handpicked Kamala. They're trying to do that because they want to divide the Democratic Party, because Kamala's message is, when we fight, we win, and I'm going to be a president for the people and not for the billionaires and millionaires. And it's that message that Republicans are trying to undermine by telling people that there were some backroom deals that somehow got Kamala the nomination. Now, there have been over $100 million donated to Kamala's campaign in just the past 36 hours, which she briefly mentioned. And that's because of the grassroots support. That grassroots support from the American people is the reason why big-time Democratic donors are rallying behind Kamala, because our party is led by the people and not the donors. It kind of goes back to, everything Republicans accuse everyone else of is really an admission. And this is another perfect example of that. It's not big Democratic donors hand-picking Kamala Harris for the nomination. That's what they do. That's how Donald Trump continues to win the nomination, because he just promises, like Kamala brought up, all of these oil lobbyists that he'll bend over backwards for them if they donate $1 billion to his campaign. So Republicans are going to try to push this narrative that, it's the Democratic donors who picked Kamala Harris and that the people don't matter in the Democratic Party, which couldn't be further from the truth. That's what happens over on the Republican side. Let me know what your thoughts were on Kamala's first campaign speech. Again, historic moment. Thanks for watching. My name is Brendan Plank with Reflect. Be sure to subscribe so you get my videos in your inbox. I'll see you in the next one.